I used to love the sound of rain. It made me feel safe. Back when he was still here. His name was Evan Carter. He had that kind of smile that could stop a storm mid-strike. And somehow, he loved me, Maya, the quiet one who always took pictures of puddles instead of people. Every night, before we slept, he'd whisper, "If something ever happens to me, don't stop listening to the rain. I'll find my way back through it." I used to laugh at that. Because back then, death was something that happened to other people. But death came for him anyway. It was July 14th. A Friday. He was driving home from work, humming a song we both loved. I know because he sent me a voice message. His last one. "Hey love, I'm grabbing your favorite coffee. Be home in 10. Don't fall asleep without me, okay?" He never made it home. A drunk driver ran a red light. The impact killed him instantly. The police said he didn't suffer, as if that's supposed to make it easier. But no one warned me about the silence that follows. That kind of silence doesn't just fill a room, it fills you. Until you don't know where you end and grief begins. The days blurred. People came, hugged me, left casseroles on the table. Everyone kept saying, "Time heals." But time didn't heal. Time just circled back to that moment. Over and over. I couldn't delete his number. Couldn't erase his voice. So I played that last message every night. Just to remember what warmth sounded like. But then came August 2nd, 2:17 a.m. The phone lit up. Evan read heart hash and a message, "I'm here." At first, I thought it was an old text finally delivering late. But the timestamp said now. I froze. Every hair on my arm stood up. Then another buzz. "Why aren't you answering?" I couldn't breathe. I stared at the screen for minutes before whispering, "Evan?" But there was no reply. The next night, the same time, another message. "It's cold here." My phone fell out of my hand. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. I told Lena, my best friend, about it the next morning. She tried to reason it out. It's probably a hacker, or someone cloned his SM. She said it like she needed there to be a rational answer. But how do you explain the way my phone only lit up when it rained? Or the fact that every message arrived exactly at 2:17 a.m., the same time the police said the crash happened? By the fifth night, I started replying. "Who is this? Stop. This isn't funny." Then, finally, "If this is you, Evan, tell me something only we'd know." Minutes passed. Then, that little typing bubble. The longest 3 dots I've ever seen in my life. Finally, it, replied. "Check under the rose." There was only one rose in my apartment. A dried one. The rose he gave me on the night he proposed. My hand shook as I lifted the vase. Underneath it was a small folded note, aged, yellowed. It read, "If anything ever happens to me, don't stop listening to the rain. I'll be there in every drop." I remember whispering, "Evan." And for the first time since the funeral, I felt warmth again. The next few nights, the messages changed. Less eerie. More gentle. "You can sleep now. I'm proud of you. You're not alone." I didn't tell anyone about those. They were ours. Private. Then one day, I got a message that just said, "Let me go." I cried until morning. Because somehow, I understood what it meant. And I typed back, "Okay." That night, no message came. For the first time in weeks, my phone stayed dark. The silence was unbearable, but peaceful. Still, Part of me missed the buzzing, like losing him all over again. 2 months passed. Life began to crawl forward. I started painting again, something I hadn't done since before the accident. Sometimes I'd talk to him out loud while I painted. And when it rained, I'd leave the window open just to hear it, our sound, our bridge. But one morning, I got a call from Evan's mother. They'd recovered his phone from the wreckage. She said, "The weirdest thing, Maya, it was completely destroyed. No way it could have turned on, let alone sent messages." When I hung up, I checked my own phone. Every single message was gone. Not archived, not deleted, just erased. Except one. A single line, timestamped at 2:17 a.m. Delivered. I stared at it for a long time. Then I smiled. Because somehow, I knew he was saying goodbye, properly, this time. A year later, I met someone new. His name's Daniel. Kind, patient. The kind of person who never asks too many questions about my silences. We met in a cafe, on a rainy afternoon. He said, "You look like someone who listens to storms." And I laughed. Because he was right. Sometimes, late at night, I'll hear a single buzz from my phone. No message, no number. Just a flicker of light across the screen at exactly 2:17. And I whisper, "Thank you for letting me love again." The rain falls harder outside. Daniel's asleep beside me. And as I close my eyes, I swear I hear Evan's voice, soft, distant, at peace. "You kept your promise. You kept listening." Soft piano swells under rain sounds. Love doesn't always end when life does. Sometimes, it lingers, in echoes, in messages, in moments between the storm and silence. Because when love is real, it finds a way to keep talking. Red Heart # you've been listening to Love and Us. If this story touched your heart, tap the heart, share it, and subscribe for more stories that stay with you long after the last word fades.